So Nick, it's your first clean sheet at the weekend since your return at the club. Sum up your feelings after that game.
Yeah, listen, of course I wanted to get it out of the way. It wasn't through the lack of trying that I didn't keep one. I think I've done well in games and sort of not kept one, whether it be one goal or a couple. And like you said, especially at the Boston game, I know I'm at fault for the second goal, and I can do better. Like I think we all know I can do better. But yeah, no, it was nice to get that clean sheet and that sort of monkey off your back. Like, you know, it's gone now, so I can just crack on and try and keep more at the end of the season now.
How much have you enjoyed coming back to Roots Hall and being part of this playoff push?
Yeah, I don't think I have to say it again, but I love it here. Manager, players, ground, the fans especially. I've loved every single minute of coming back. And yeah, obviously now getting in the promotion push as well, I sort of got that feeling like last year at Solihull, no one's really sort of talking about Southend. Like no one really talked about Solihull either. So I feel really confident that we're going to get in there and, you know, sort of keep being the underdogs. There's absolutely no problem with that at all.
And then looking at your own game, it's not just been about making saves or anything like that. You've also been making an impact with your distribution as well. Contributions to a goal against Tamworth and also against Altrincham with your kicks down the field. How much do you work on that in training, and how important is that as part of your game?
Yeah, to be honest, I just say to Hops and Mac a lot, I'm just going to aim at the corner flag, or depending on what formation we're playing, I'll aim in different places and just say, listen, it's up to you boys just to fight it out. And listen, sometimes they turn a sort of a bit of a wonky kick into a good one, so I can't take the credit for that all the time. But them boys are really making use of the kicks as well. It's not just me just aimlessly kicking it down there. So, but yeah, they're helping me out massively with it. So yeah, credit to them as well, I think.
And then also again on the players in front of you, often switching between a back three and a back four. How much do you adapt your game to sort of what's in front of you?
Yeah, I think we all have to be fluid with it. And to me, I feel like it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't really change my thought processes and what I'm trying to do in the game. So I just crack on and just get on with it. I don't think it really affects any of us because we're so fluid switching between that four and that back three. So I don't think it affects any of us really, to be honest. We just crack on and just go with it through the games.
Fair enough. And then looking ahead at Sutton United at the weekend, what do you make of the challenges that they're going to pose?
Yeah, listen, we know they're going to turn a lot of balls in behind, and you know, obviously they had a good result the other night. I think getting to the semi-final or the final of that competition. So listen, they're going to be on the up with that. But again, I think we need to worry more about how we're going to beat them as opposed to what they're going to bring to us. So yeah, listen, they're just going to be very direct turn balls in behind, and you know, if we can stop Will Davies, I think we've got a really good chance of beating them.
Nice one, thanks, Nick.
Nick, a great win against Oldham on Saturday. What aspects of that performance was the team most pleased with coming away from it?
I think the way we ended at Eastleigh and obviously, you know, the second half at Boston, we know that was nowhere near good enough. I think it was sort of just to have a performance, sort of, I know in the second half at times they had their periods, but you know, to sort of have a more complete 90 minutes sort of was the real nice thing for us, I think. And obviously keeping a clean sheet, like we've not had one for a while, so I know that was one thing we needed to get. But yeah, I think that's obviously defensively, I think Goody was heading absolutely everything. H, like all the boys really contributing to the defensive side of things. So I think defensively we've looked really good in that game. That's really pleasing.
One thing that both Kevin and Keenan said in their post-match interviews was about the press from the front as well, the work that Bon and Hopper were doing. Obviously they're your target men when you're distributing the ball. Just give us an insight from your position how valuable that press from the front is to yourself and your defenders in front of you.
Again, like clean sheets are they're not just about the goalkeeper and the defence. Like you say, it starts from them boys at the front, and if they don't do their job and people can get through the team too easily, then obviously that makes it a lot harder for us. So the work they do never ever goes unnoticed, and I'll always make sure I clap them or shout them saying like brilliant, whatever, great running. So they know that we appreciate it massively, and it, like you say, it all starts from them. So they're the main part of getting the clean sheets and the goals at times. So yeah, honestly, it doesn't go unnoticed, that's for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned the clean sheet there, you've talked about it already, but I suppose going into that game against Solomon, was that something that was on your mind a little bit, that you really wanted to put right? And in that game, I mean, you barely had a shot to save, really.
No, I mean, that's probably the quietest game I've had so far in terms of actual shots. I don't think they've really had one at all. And again, like, you know, of course you want to keep clean sheets as a goalkeeper. Like, listen, it's brilliant. But I actually saw a good thing on the overlap where Kasper Schmeichel was saying, like, if you put the best defence with worst goalkeeper, vice versa, like who would keep more? And And he's sort of saying it's a bit of an ego stat as well. Like, you know, you can look at it as a goalkeeper and sort of get hunkered down with it. But I think you just need to keep consistently performing like we have done, and keep getting the results. Like I said last time, to me, I'd rather win 2-1 for the rest of the season and go 0-0 the whole season, because at least you can win the league then.
Yeah, I think that the Oldham game as well, one of the most consistent performances across 90 we've seen, as you touched on, getting that full 90. So how have you sort of worked on getting what you got in that Oldham game of consistency and looking to take that forward into the run-in?
I think it's just not getting too carried away. I think, you know, at times possibly have we got carried away. I mean, I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I don't feel like we have, but yeah, I don't really know why we haven't been consistent with the 90 minutes. You know, I think we've just managed to sort of ride out results at times and defend well when we've had to, and sort of in 1 week we're doing one really well and sort of not the other. But yeah, like you say, I think we just need to continue that into the next game, and you know, I think we know what we've got to do to get the results now.